So time is money and money is time.
So what do you really do with your time? Maybe you spend your time in the moment waiting for something to happen, reacting to certain situations that can occur in a day. Or maybe you're more of a meticulous type of person where you like to plan your days out. You write down a plan, you stick to it. Or maybe you're just the type of person that likes to do both. You have a plan and you try your hardest to stick to it, but you gotta remember, sometimes, things happen and they interrupt your plans. But one thing I know for sure is that every single one of these involves. In this day and age, we're so concerned about time. We always want to know when something's about to happen, what time it's gonna end, and how we're gonna get there. For us in this generation, everything moves so fast. And for a lot of people, the idea of getting ahead is something that's so important. And realistically speaking, it is. In 2025, right now, there are quite literally children making so much generational wealth, it's insane. And when a lot of us see stuff like this, it tends to get daunting. And then you start worrying about the thing that we call time. Life in this day and age moves extraordinarily fast. It's to the point that even taking breaks and trying to enjoy yourself outside of your work just seems horrible, because every moment of the day that you spend outside of your work, outside of your studies, just tends to feel like a waste of time. I remember a time period that when my older cousins were the same age as I am right now, they would always talk about doing stuff outside and having fun and chilling. But now I'm the same age as they were before, and it just seems like time's slipping right between my fingers. For every hour that I waste or procrastinate on is just another hour that I can never get back. And I'm talking about every wasted hour when it comes to schoolwork, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to everything that I got going on right now. I swear when I first turned 18, it just felt like time just got faster. It was like everything I ever wanted to do and achieve, it was feasible, but it just took a very long time, while everything else around me was just moving so much faster. And I kid you not, when it came to managing my time, it was just one of the weirdest experiences ever, because I know for a fact I never actually managed my time. Like, I've never been really put in a situation where I had to manage my time for real. Like, even in school, like, I never did homework, so I never actually had to deal with the fact that, like, oh, there's a deadline, this, that, and the third. And even when there was a deadline for something, I'd get my work done on the day of, or I'd complete it the night before. And I carried this mentality right into university. And I think up until last year was the first time I really was like, you know what, like, this is so shitty. Like, I'd rather not stress about an assignment like the night before or even on the day. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to finish this shit like in a week or two before it's due. And I think this is one of the most important things that just comes with age, where it's like the older you get, the more concerned you are about time, especially once you have more responsibilities and commitments that you have to put your time into. Like, even when I was like 18 to 19 years old, I know for a fact that I did not care about a lot of things going on in and around me, and the way I used my time, it just wasn't smart. Like, I would quite literally feel like I'm still 16, 17 years old, where time is moving slowly. I didn't have any commitments to worry about. I didn't have any actual responsibilities as well too. So I was just busy chilling. I didn't really care. Like, when you're 18 and 19, you can really get away with some really bummy stuff. Dog, I would sit there and play League of Legends. Like, mind you, that's one of my favorite games. I would play that game for hours of the day. And I know other people got their own vices, but like, you think about, like, most of us would play a video game or even just be on our phones for 10 hours of the day, and we wouldn't even be doing anything like of value or anything important. Like, now you even consider it, like, how long do you spend on your PC? How long do you spend on your phone? Like, how much time do you spend on these things that don't really matter? And I guess, like, playing games for some people, like, that matters to them, but at the same time, like, let's be so real, a lot of this stuff is just dopamine. Like, it's just playing with your dopamine receptors. What do you actually want to do with your life? Like, and how long do you think it'd take you to get to that position? This is how my head works now. So when it comes to me, like, even opening up a game, I just don't want to do that. When it comes to me scrolling on TikTok, if I scroll for too long, I force myself to just post a TikTok. Feeling productive and actually managing my time correctly has probably been the best thing that has ever happened to me, because all that time I was spending just bullshitting, I don't know, like, it just didn't feel right. To me, it just never felt right. It didn't feel like I was actually gaining anything in that time period. And for sure, like, my body, my mind, and my spirit just weren't. They weren't. I don't know what word to use, but I guess you could say they just weren't aligned. Like, everything just felt off. But I'm gonna really leave y'all with something real quick because this is something I learned from another YouTube video. I can't remember what it was, but peep this wire right here, right? Consider this wire as time. It has a beginning and it has an obvious end. When you start pulling on that wire really fast and you don't really know how much you're gonna use of it, you typically tend to get a mess. It's jumbled up, it coils up together, and it's hard to manage. You never intended to use this much time. It's only when you start to realize this and you start pulling on it just about enough to the amount that you actually need, you really start to see how much easier everything becomes to manage. And I say this to tell y'all, stop worrying about time. If you have a clear and concise plan and you're willing to give it as much energy as you possibly can, your goal at the end of the day will eventually happen. So stop worrying about how long it's gonna take and how fast you have to work. All you need to worry about is really just taking your time. Some situations need you to react faster than others, and there's other situations where you have to sit there and just plan. Take the best of both worlds and complete your task. But this is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. God bless y'all and have a nice day.